Welcome back, guys. Have you ever wondered how ordinary people turn their ideas into fortunes? Well, the success stories you're about to hear will make you realize that being successful is possible for anyone. Want to know what drove them to greatness? It was their mindset and belief that anything is possible. So stick till the end of the video because you might just find the right motivation to turn your own idea into a fortune. Let's dive right in. First up, we have none other than Scrub Daddy. This product is practically in every home around the world, even maybe yours. So how did Scrub Daddy reach this much success? Well, it all started with Aaron Krause, who was a manufacturing worker. He was tired of having to spend so much time washing his hands after fixing machinery. So he decided to come up with something unique. In his own words, Aaron once said, "Naturally, I decided to invent a product to clean them. I requested samples from every foam supplier, and finally a German company tailor-made a foam for me. It was a miracle. To get a better grip on it, I cut it into a ridged circle with 2 holes in the middle to clean my fingers. Before you know it, a smiley-faced sponge was staring up at me. That was the true beginning of Scrub Daddy." Excited, he stepped out and started to sell this scrubber to auto body shops, but nobody thought the product would work. For a good amount of time, the product just sat there waiting and almost forgotten. But even after facing rejection after rejection, Aaron refused to give up. He knew that his product was revolutionary. He just needed to market it in a different way. That's when he thought of advertising the use of Scrub Daddy as a cleaning tool in the house. He filled out an application online and in 3 months received a call from Shark Tank producers. In October 2012, Krause was featured on Season 4, where he left with a $200,000 investment and 20% equity stake deal with entrepreneur and judge Lori Greiner. After the episode aired, Krause said, "Scrub Daddy crossed $1 million in sales within 24 hours. Today, Scrub Daddy is considered one of the most successful products in the show's history and is making almost $926 million in sales as of 2023. The product is simply unbeatable in the market. But like we said before, it's not the product, but the determination that gets you to greatness in life. A little invention and a whole lot of self-belief can take you to the highest level of success." Moving on to Wicked Good Cupcakes. Tracy Noonan and Danielle Villegi, the mother-daughter team, transformed a simple idea into a fortune. I mean, cupcakes in a jar? Who could honestly say no to that? The duo came up with these simple yet delicious on-the-go cupcakes in a jar. But here's what made them unique. These cupcakes weren't packed with preservatives and additives. In fact, they decided to use fresh ingredients stored in mason jars with sealed lids that made shipping simple while maintaining freshness. I mean, the people were blown away. Each cupcake was made with mouth-watering layers, and all of which were viewable through the jar. So when they made their appearance on Shark Tank Season 4, the sharks couldn't wait to become a part of it. They completely nailed their pitch. The duo asked for $75,000 to help take their idea to the next level. That's when Kevin stepped in. He offered to give them the $75,000 investment they were seeking, but he wanted $1 per cupcake sold until he got his money back, followed by 50 cents a cupcake in perpetuity. They managed to get him down to 45 cents, and it was a deal. After this, Wicked Good Cupcakes didn't just get famous, they blew up. Their sales shot up beyond their imagination. So much so that they had to scale up to an impressive 21,000 square foot facility. Since then, they've even partnered with companies like Cinnabon. Now they're making millions in sales each year. But even after all this success, the company has stayed true to its roots by making sure that their handmade quality isn't compromised in any way. Later on, Tracy recalled how their journey was filled with so much self-doubt and struggle. But the one thing they didn't do is give up on their dreams. I mean, if they can do it, then why can't you? Next up, we have Tipsy Elves. Honestly, on how many Christmases have we had to wear an ugly Christmas sweater just to poke some fun at each other? Well, Evan Mendelsohn and Nick Morton decided to take that funny tradition and make it into something that generated money for them. They thought, why not make bold holiday sweaters available all year around? They came up with a variety of offerings, some traditional, some tacky, and some with very adult-centric humor. But each one was more adorable and funny than the last. When they pitched their idea on Shark Tank back in 2013, everyone loved it, especially Robert Herjavec. In fact, what impressed him the most wasn't the sweater, but actually their commitment to donate $2 from each sale to stand up to cancer. Their commitment to the cause spoke volumes. Robert ended up offering them $100,000 investment for 10% of the business. An offer they accepted instantly. With the right guidance from Robert, the business boomed day by day. Slowly, the company started to expand to apparel for Halloween, Valentine's Day, and more. Sales surged immediately. At one point, the company was making $8 million annually, and by 2023, they reached $117 million in sales. If you ask Evan and Nick, their journey was full of hurdles. Nobody was willing to take them seriously. What's super inspiring about this is the fact that they took something unconventional and turned it into an innovation that was too good to be ignored by the people. The takeaway here? Sometimes it's okay to get creative and take a risk. Moving on, let's talk about Bombas. It all started out with Randy Goldberg and David Heath thinking about the homeless. They had a simple mission in mind. For every sock that was sold, they would donate another one to someone in need. So in 2014, the founders came on Shark Tank and presented their pitch. They asked for $200,000 for a 5% stake in their company. And after some negotiations, Damon John jumped right in and decided to give them the same investment, but for 17.5% of the money. It was a tough choice for the founder, but they decided that it would be worth it in the end. In the start, there was a lot of worry about how the company would perform in such a competitive market, but they didn't let anything set them back. Randy and David decided to work on quality and comfort, and after a while, the success they found was indescribable. Today, according to Forbes, Bombas has not only become a billion-dollar business, but the brand has donated more than 100 million items of clothing. This includes not only socks, but also underwear and t-shirts. The company is doing their part to help the world become a better place. This product is a great example of how something simple can have a huge impact. Last but not least, we have the bottle breacher. Now, in this one, it wasn't so much the product that got the sharks interested, but really the story behind it. Owner Eli and Jen Crane came up with innovative bottle openers that are made from .50 caliber bullets, and each one is handmade by active duty service members, reservists, and veterans. That's amazing, right? It's easy to see why the sharks were impressed with not only the quality of the product, but also the good the company was doing. Eli, who himself served in the Navy for 14 years, struck a deal with Kevin O'Leary and Mark Cuban, who offered $75,000 each for a 10% stake. So that meant the sharks were given 20% in total. Right after the episode premiered, they saw an explosion in sales. The visibility from the show acted like the perfect boost. They even expanded their product line to include more unique gifts. The company has now become a small family business empire with $17 million in sales. What's even more inspiring is their commitment to giving back. Bottle Breacher has supported over 280 veteran-related events and organizations, including the Navy SEAL Foundation and Folds of Honor. So at the end of the day, it is your self-determination and ambition that can make you successful. Well, that's it from my side today, folks. Please share your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell for more motivating stories like this. Let me know which story we should cover next. Until next time, dream big and take action.